Alright, so I've been tweeting all morning. I got a comment that my music sounds like it should be in movies. And I agree with that. I totally agree. But that's not what this video is about. This video is a refuting of John MAcArthur's stance on the mark of the beast. And this is going to be very easy. For he says there's no difference between taking the mark of the beast and being in the world system now. And that is a straight lie. Because your body is the temple. And we're not to mark our bodies as the heathens do. As believers. But someone who puts their own tattoo on or whatnot, that's one way of marking the body. But cattle get branded. And they put the mark of ownership on that cattle, saying that that man owns this cattle and he is my property. The mark of the beast is a branding of the devil. And if you're going to brand yourself with the devil, you're cutting yourself off from God. How are you going to repent if you have the spirit of the devil within you? Now the Lord could, nothing's outside the Lord's power, but the Lord tells us all those who take the mark of the beast will be burned and tormented in front of the Lamb. So scriptures are against you, and the body is the temple, and so it's a big difference between holding a piece of money in your hand that has Caesar's picture on it than branding yourself with the name of Caesar on your forehead and saying Caesar owns your temple. Do you see the difference? So that's as simple as that. No need for a bunch of verses and whatnot. We all know that we're not to mark our bodies. And we know that we're not to take the mark of the beast. Let's take it a little further here, because then you go into, we know that the Jews, and Johnny DeCamp too, he says this too, and he says, we know that a bunch of Jews will be saved, or the Jews will be redeemed, saying like all the Jews will be redeemed. And that's unscriptural right there. There's many who call themselves Jews but are a synagogue of Satan. So they won't be redeemed. And it's the 144,000 from the 12 tribes of Israel, not 144,000 Jews. So you're confusing people. You're hiding people's identity. And you're playing a game of semantics with people's souls. And so the house of Israel is taken up in the lips of talkers. You also said there's a problem with the card because you can lose it. And well, you can lose your money too. That's not why it's the root of all kinds of evil. That's like a point why you're making why we should have the mark of the beast. So you're making points on behalf of the mark of the beast that they've devised all these systems and it's going to be so easy and you know. It really sounds like you're on the side of that. And I believe you are. And that would explain the shape of the church that you sit in. The logos you put on your literature, and the words that come out of your mouth. I rebuke you, John MAcArthur, in the name of the Lord in heaven, Jesus Christ.